2017 was the most amazing year ever. After cleaning up the huge mess from our blowout party from the night before, I made a video just like this one. Then we watched the Seahawks with the Davises and played bunco with the Raries. I had a snow day and shot this wintry drone footage. Then flew to California to visit Alyssa and meet Michael. Back home we spent Australia Day at the Kangaroo and Kiwi watching cricket and eating sausage rolls and party pies. I reported to jury duty and was told the case would be 4 months long. I pled insanity and was dismissed. We went to the boat show and finally sold the Naughty Dog. Then spent a long weekend with Alyssa, Brian, and Michael at Seabrook where Linda took these great photos of my first grandson. I flew to Texas to work with my client, eat steaks, and play Topgolf. Fun. We decided it was time to sell everything that wouldn't fit into the boat, so we got busy and had a blowout garage sale. As soon as the house was empty, we put it on the market, and just like that, we were no longer Earth dwellers. We moved onto the boat and became full-time liveaboards, a huge step for us. The Lakers invited me to Snowbird, where we fed the Blue Jays, played games, decorated Easter eggs, wore bunny ears, played pool, skied, and ate a lot of food. Then we flew to Vegas with the Davises to celebrate the boys' birthdays, where we saw shows and played Topgolf. Fun. We saw Cirque du Soleil Lucia with Mike Zer, Tony, and the Davises. Bought an inflatable paddleboard and caught crab with Dave and Masha. We sailed to Winslow with the Raries and to Blakely Harbor with Steve and Lori to try out our new paddleboard and get this cool drone footage. We cruised to Mystery Bay with our sailing club, wrapped it up, and enjoyed tractor days and a potluck in the park. We changed the boat's name and applied the logo that Colin designed, then had my parents over to the boat for lunch. Then we took off on a 10-day cruise around the San Juans to get a taste of cruising life and ate a lot of great food. Brienne came to stay on board for a couple of weeks and learned to play the ukulele. We caught and ate crab together, then I put her up the mast to search for land. Scott King took me to a Mariners game and told me about his impending plans for retirement. Congrats! Meanwhile, Linda started a website to document our around-the-world adventure. We had a huge dog party with our land-loving friends, but I forgot to video it. And then I flew to Utah to surprise my mom for her 70th birthday and share a huge crab leg with Brienne. I took an early retirement from corporate life and quit my job at Pemco, and my team threw me a farewell party. We loaded the boat up with food and then sailed to Mexico with a great captain and crew, and saw whales and dolphins and amazing sunsets and caught fish for dinner. Along the way, Linda joined me in San Francisco for a long weekend, and we sailed around the iconic bay. Now I'm living a life of leisure at a resort in Ensenada, enjoying beaches, pools, sunsets, and the Baja 1000. Linda came to visit the boat in Ensenada, and we toured one of the oldest wine regions in Mexico. Then I went back to Texas to eat steaks and play Topgolf with my clients. Fun. I returned to Ensenada with my parents who came for a visit, and we went to see La Bufadora, which means the blowhole. After drying off, I went to Ohio to see Lauren and Griffin for Thanksgiving, where I saw Griffin's school and we played Topgolf. Fun. I bought some Bitcoin. I sold some Bitcoin. Then I found out that Michael took his first steps. Then I was off to Utah for a visit with Brienne and Cassis, my parents, Brandon, Stephanie, and the kids, and a road trip up to Pocatello to see my grandmother and Tom. Brienne and I played Topgolf. Fun. Then it was back to Seattle to see Linda receive recognition at her company party. We also went to an amazing Christmas party at Katrina and Kelly's and spent time with Andrew and Maria. And of course we couldn't miss meeting up with our friends at Tokyo Steakhouse for old time's sake. Yum. Then we boarded the plane to Australia, leaving this to enjoy more of this. There, we enjoyed singing badly in the car, eating Tim Tams, meeting Sasha, exchanging gifts, congratulating Alexandra and Julian on their recent engagement, eating a beautiful Christmas dinner that Rose prepared, drinking fancy gin, driving on the wrong side of the road, and solving a 5x5x5 Rubik's Cube that the kids gave to me. The next day, Alexandra took me to Rottnest Island to make quokka friends and see beautiful beaches, mostly by bus. Then we went to see Alexandra and Julian's house, as well as Annabelle and Colum's downtown pad, complete with amazing aquascapes and didgeridoo concerts. We also watched a lot of cricket. We had the pleasure of meeting Colum and Julian's parents over dinner at an Indian restaurant. Then Carol arrived and the boys went to see Star Wars while the girls had their nails done. That night we explored the stars with Julian's amazing telescope and took his Mavic drone for a test flight. Not in that order. The next day, Chris and Con joined the fun and the party was just getting started. New Year's Eve festivities ensued with the whole family, featuring plenty of bad singing, wild antics, and Con making us laugh for hours. At midnight, he lit not one sparkler, but 30. Yes, 30. That didn't go very well. And now, here we are in Albany, on a road trip in southern WA, and I'm wrapping up last year's video. We're staying at a very cool Airbnb, seeing some pretty amazing things, but more about that next year. Happy New Year, everyone.